Hello, hello, my friends. Another dedicated candle review for you today. We are going to be talking about Fall Gathering from Caramel Sundays. This candle is in their 2-wick, 22-ounce packaging. It is about 18 ounces of 100% soy wax. Caramel Sundays is a clean brand. They pride themselves on being non-tox, which means no parabens, phthalates, VOCs. None of the yucky stuff are found in their candles. They're a small business based out of Monroe, Georgia. And this candle in this exact same format will be available during the August 10th restock, which is happening at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time that day. So I'm going to go ahead and share my thoughts with you guys on this one. It might be on your wish list, and just let you guys know how it is performing in my home as well as what my nose is detecting. So this fragrance, I did just want to let you guys know I purchased during the June restock event. There was no July restock. They only did June, and then the next one will be August 10th. Fall Gathering has fragrance notes, top notes, peach, spice, warmth, mid notes of berries and cinnamon, base note of clove and spice. Okay, this fragrance is very pretty, you guys. That's one of the first things that kind of comes to mind for me. This is not. I actually feel like this fragrance has been really nice for this time of year because I feel like, for me personally, I'm over all of the summer fragrances. I know it is still technically summer, you guys. Everybody, I know there's a lot of people who are like, please do not rush on fall, winter. I live in Arizona and it has been hot for forever here. So I am definitely over the summer vibes. I'm looking forward to what I would pretend to be fall in my house. I don't actually get true fall, so I have to create that environment in my home. But I will say this, to me, is a nice transitional fragrance from summer to fall. Now, to me, you guys, the notes that I pick up in here, I'm picking up, this is definitely more of like a fruity, how would I put it? Like late summer, early fall, fruity, spicy type of fragrance. It's not overly spicy to my nose. It's nowhere near the spice levels, say, in Toasted Pumpkin Crunch or even Coffin Cake. Nowhere near that. There's a warmth that comes from this candle. I do think it's from the clove note, but I do know that clove is a very polarizing fragrance note, and I don't detect this fragrance to being like overly clove heavy. I do think that whatever spices they're using in here does lend a little bit of coziness to this candle. It's not a spice that really reminds me of like a gourmand type of fragrance. In fact, I wouldn't even categorize this really as a gourmand, even though you're seeing like spice and clove, berries and peach. This kind of gives me a little bit like maybe like fall antique craft store type of vibes. Again, not overly heavy on the spice note, but it's interesting that they list peach as a top note there and then some berries in here. The berry notes that I'm picking up in here are not, it's not really strawberry. It might be a combination maybe of like blackberry, maybe some cranberry in here. They feel like more autumnal berries, more so than like a summertime berry, like a strawberry or a blueberry. I don't even really detect blueberry in here. And the peach note, I think, in here, again, is also not a summertime ripe, juicy peach note. I think it lends a little bit of sweetness, if anything, but there's nothing in this fragrance that I smell it and I think, oh, wow, that smells very peachy. This, to me, it's just kind of hard to describe, but it's kind of in that same vein of like, it's just a warm, cozy, kind of fruity vibe. Think like they have a fragrance called Always Autumn, which is very similar to like Bath and Body Works Autumn. It's not overly outdoorsy fresh, but there's a fruity aspect to it, but it doesn't exactly quite remind you of like a gourmand. That's kind of like the category that I would put this fragrance in. It's very nice, pairs really nicely with the Always Autumn. It'll pair nicely with, if you wanted to pair this with, say, like Bakery on Main. This one is going really nicely. It's very versatile, I would say. I've been able to burn it with like some of the pumpkin fragrances, the Dad's Pumpkin Pie. Today I'm burning it with Coffin Cake. Just a very, very nice fragrance. But let's go ahead and talk about the strength and throw on this one. So first and foremost, burn quality, burning very well for me. You can see right there, those wicks are not out of control, not sooty. The wax is nice and clean. Strength and throw on this one, you guys, though, I would say that of the candles that I picked up in the June restock, this has been the weakest fragrance for me. I would say that this one is probably anywhere between like a 5 and a 6 in terms of strength and throw. Now, when I put it into a hurricane in a closed concept, it definitely bumps it up, maybe up to like a 6.5, 7. But I will tell you, even placing this in a hurricane out in the open concept, the fragrance gets lost out here. So I would recommend that if you're interested in this candle and in this fragrance, it really is going to perform best in a closed concept. And even then, you're probably going to want to pop it into a hurricane to get some increased oomph out of it. Because I find that I can burn this like in my daughter's room, which is the smallest room that I burn candles in. I can burn it in there without a hurricane and I can smell it just fine. But if I burn it without a hurricane, even in my master bedroom, which is a slightly bigger bedroom but still has lower ceilings, I find that even without a hurricane in there, the fragrance is noticeable. But if I pop it into a hurricane, it's definitely more distinct in the room. So that would be my recommendation. If you're hoping to purchase this one and have it fill up an open concept, I think that you might be a little bit disappointed in it. But overall, you guys, I do like the fragrance. Initially, I said that I was kicking myself for not getting this one in the 4-wick. This was initially available in the 4-wick format. I would say that would I repurchase this fragrance? Yes, I would. Probably not this go around just because I already have a pretty lengthy list. But if this were to return in a 4-wick format next fall, I could see myself trying it again in that format because for me personally, the 4-wick format performs a little bit better in my open concept, and I would be curious to see if it does that. So just saying, you guys, that this is kind of in that fragrance family where sometimes it's very hit or miss. I find that this type of fragrance family, the more wicks I have for it, typically they perform better for me. But in a 2-wick format, they just perform they perform best in a closed concept area. Let me know in the comment box down below if this one is on your wish list, or maybe if you purchased this in the June restock, what has your burn experience been? Feel free to share with us what fragrance notes your nose is picking up on. But this is a very nice fragrance. Again, it screams more like early fall to me than it does like in the depths of say late October, November. I feel like this is a really great fragrance to burn in the month of August going into early September. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on it. Please hit thumbs up if you found this review helpful. Consider subscribing to my channel if you are new. I will make sure to have my Caramel Sundays August restock wish list up for you guys prior to the restock. So if you don't want to miss out on that, make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. I do want to say thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.